fashion show by Sanguine, one of Europe's leading couture brands. Your targets are Sanguine owner Viktor Novikov, a former oligarch turned fashion mogul, and his partner Dalia Margolis, a retired supermodel, an iconic power couple on the global fashion scene, and two of the most dangerous people in the world. Novikov and Margolis are in fact the ringleaders of Iago, an enigmatic spy ring that deals in the global elite's most valuable secrets. Unscrupulous and opportunistic, Iago has caused disastrous security leaks all over the globe. When Crimean separatists caused a deadly meltdown at the Odessa nuclear power plant, Iago gave them access to the plant's security network. And when the Delgado drug cartel shot down the plane of President Hernandez and his family, Iago provided the classified flight plans. Now Novikov and Margolis have obtained a knock list of British undercover agents, which they plan to sell at a secret Iago auction during the Sanguine show. So our client, MI6, need us to stop the ringleaders before the knock list ends up in the wrong hands. The Sanguine show will be swarming with security, and Viktor Novikov will be the focus of everyone's attention. But despite his posturing, he is merely the money man. The real target is Dalia Margolis. Beautiful and brilliant, she is a master manipulator and the true brains behind Iago. Two targets, a highly public event. At first glance, an impossible task. Then again, I do know how you love a challenge. I will leave you to prepare.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Providence Cut. Today we have a Group D game between the Boreal Forest, consisting of some random person and Chromex, and then the Xbox Master Race consisting of Soviets and Lewis. I'm joined today by the lovely Infun.
Hey Joker, hi everyone, good to be here.
Yeah, happy to be here. We've had a lot of games together so far. It's great. I'm enjoying this, and unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to enjoy these maps. It's not my favourite map pool from from the maps I've seen so far, but I'm sure we'll get through it just fine. I mean, just because they're bad maps doesn't mean they won't be interesting and entertaining, to say the least. And we're starting off with Paris. Paris is, in my opinion, probably the best map in this pool, and can provide lots of variation and change of strats, and just depends on what the spin is. Really, there are different approaches to every Paris spin, but most of the time before you see the fireworks remote used with the tech crew start, anything you want to see to try and vary up Paris today?
Um, no, honestly, I can't think of anything. I guess the trickiest kills would be consume poison, because that's always some interesting timings, and then the other kill would be really hard to optimize around it.
Yeah, for sure. And because you poison for Victor, you just have to. It's basically whoever does the least conversations wins the spin. Wins the spin. But yeah, we don't see it that often, and our spin will come arrive now, and it will be Victor Novikov, Cleaver as the side bodyguard, and Loud Pistol security guard for Darius. So not that bad of a spin here, you would say. I mean, the Victor kill is a quick one. Likewise, the Dahlia really, just the Cleaver will have a bit of movement and some random person here straight in, of course. Loud Pistol on the security guards or the side bodyguard, so there's not much to worry about in that regard, really, and loads straight in here.
Seems like a very straightforward start or spin, with the one exception of the cleaver for Novikov, but it's almost just the same as getting the chef disguise. It's not a long detour and can work with the Dahlia lure down one floor.
Yeah, and you see there's some random person gets spotted by a camera, but you know, the Cleaver in the basement, it's not that deep really. Like you're going down there anyway. You might have what, a 10 or second detour. You can get a shot into the box from down the corridor anyway, so it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things here.
Yeah, you're right. Um, and I suppose the other small challenge is the Dahlia loud pistol kill. Depending on how late that will be in a run, we could see Sophus nearby, and that would make just dragging her to
Yeah, for
a
sure.
box a bit too difficult.
Oh, I think it was Chromex we saw last time. Had the thing where we just he just came to kill Dahlia, and the Sophus just standing right there, just
That
right next
was
to Dahlia's body with
extraordinary.
the door open. And we think, wow, how was that occurred? And hopefully, same doesn't happen for a random person this time, but he will try and start the lure here. Gets a distraction off onto the bodyguard here, and the bodyguard will come downstairs here. So not what he would have wanted, but does get a coin now, and uses that on Dahlia. So we'll have the bodyguard and Dahlia come down here, it seems. Soviet doing it straight away, then knocking out Victor. So both players in the same isolations here. Doesn't really matter what way you do them round. It makes sense that Random would have the better one, you could say, because of the fact of Sophus and that. It would seem that getting Dahlia down later and not having her down here for as long would be better for the spin itself, just especially considering Sophus and you have a bit of time getting the Victor kills up and all that. You do see Random now take out the camera box and get his green guns back, so yeah, it's not that bad at all, and we'll pick up the cleaver here. Just has to be quick with it, and is all fine. And yeah, we'll be travelling up now. Has the security guard, so can't do any of the kills yet. We'll have to grab bodyguard disguise, but you know they're not the hardest of disguises to grab at all, really.
Yeah, not an awful lot to do for Randy, and despite the in-game time advantage, it feels like Soviet is quite close as well, but still he has to go down to get the cleaver, and Randy got, of course, the double lure, but that will mean that 3 NPCs will be now in this room.
Yeah, just let the bodyguard go away now, I would assume. Of course, he would have a loud pistol anyway, so can do this kill straight away if he wants it to. Of course, has to deal with the auction staff as well here, but at the end of the day, it's not that bad at all, and does have a Bartoli from the guard as previously mentioned, so just has a bit of dragon here. And the good thing is with Dahlia being down here right now is Sophus will be a long way away, so yeah, there's not much to worry about him, and he can just do the kill right away now if he opts to do that, and it depends if he does go for it now.
And I have to, because the longer he waits, there is Sophus
Sophus
on the
down.
left side, and the longer jack for Randy, but this will mean that Sophus will enter this room, and that will be the second body probably hidden in this room. Any sedative items for Randy?
There's not many places that you can hide a body in here. You might be able to get lucky if you hide him on the balcony if you choose to knock him out, but yeah, he'll just continue running in here, and we'll have to be knocked out. It's going to be interesting to see what Random does. I mean, perhaps you could try and do it. Ooh. Soviet with a body fat. Okay, we saw Soviet open the door there. I thought Victor got found, but no, it's all good from there. He does have that first kill down. Just requires that security guard disguise. And we'll go for this nearer one here, and this is going to be interesting what Randy does now. I think for this Dahlia kill. Of course, there's no boxes left in that room. It's going to have to do a bit of magic. I mean, you could try and line up an angle, I suppose, if you angle her correctly from the helipad, but that's going to be very, very risky, especially with a Bartoli. But I'd respect it if he goes for it. And he doesn't have much options with Dragon Dahlia here. So, what he does is
perhaps an angle from down below, but this would be a really Hail Mary attempt. I think Randy just still don't know what Randy's approach would be here, because this is also the second disguise for his spin, and he will get, okay, Cicada, who is a bit further away, can't get prompt here, but after a couple of seconds he does, and Soviet has the same situation as I was worried about. The fact that Sophus is next to the door and you can't jack her away from there, but it's still allowed here to do, and once it starts the dragging, Sophus will home in. Doesn't see the gum because he doesn't care about the distractions, and that will be the restart for Xbox Master Race.
Sophus he's just such a problem, isn't he? Like he's actually just like such a problem. He's hard to deal with the, Dahlia loud kills are just so, and we sort of thought about the importance of just getting that Dahlia kill down as soon as she came down. We're seeing why some random person, Soviet here, both almost ripping the Sophus, you could say. Some random person has the Victor kill now down, but we'll have to try and do a bit of. I mean, would this be soundproof? I mean, people down there might hear it, but if he's quick enough, it's double doors, but the people outside will hear it, which is the case here. We'll have to sprint now to an exit, and it will be the one in the basement, and it's going to have to be pretty quick here. But I mean, the guard, he should have enough time here. He has got the kill, his instincts hammered on, guard running in.
They ran in from quite closer than anticipated. The two doors, who might have been the closest to react, because the floor was fine, the floor below was definitely not fine, but it could have been the top floor, which saw some NPCs be closer.
I think if you wanted to do that, you would have had to shut the door downstairs, that leads out to the gardens would be my one guess. Then the guards, because it could have been the two at the bottom of the stairs, maybe because they might have heard it through the doors or what. And I think if you just shut that door, you might have been fine. But definitely something risking it. And hopefully now we do see him just get that Dali kill done straight away as soon as he's down there, because that's all because of Sophus. All of that is because of Sophus. Having to knock him
Yeah.
out and then um, have to knock him out and then box him. You have no space left for Dahlia, so again causing more issues here. And Sophus being a massive pain as always, really. Um,
Both players struggling with Sophus, so at least it's egalitarian that way, but it is the biggest challenge, and probably the challenge for Paris Spins is when Dahlia is loud and you want to bring her down, and dealing with Sophus late is going to be difficult. Randy with his second main attempt, so that at least with 2 restarts so far. We just have to see who gets it right this time, because they should be the one winning this spin. And yeah, Chris actually match admin with a very nice observation. I wanted to mention it at the previous loading that he had a really long load. Even it's tough for any map, but Paris is one of the smaller maps. I think Soviet got 30-40 seconds of load just from one after one restart,
he
and the
was
other two, of course, more than 10 seconds.
was it RR8 where he managed to win a photo finish, but it was outside the photo finish window anyways, or something crazy. Like I think
Yeah,
he
that's
was playing
Soviet
scripts
thing.
with someone, and he managed to lose the map because he finished 70 seconds after his opponent, but he built up like 80 seconds worth of loads. It was crazy to see, and yeah, I mean, if you're Soviet, you would have swapped into the security guard disguise, then I suppose, and got that kill down straight away. You would think would be the smarter option there, because we saw Sophus cause issues with him last time, and he just knocked out the security guard. He just had access to that disguise, and you know we saw what Sophus did last time. You would have just tried to get this guy down, killed down as quick as possible, really, wouldn't you? And might be the cause of his demise again, really, on the spin here.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of this spin, is that the way Soviet is hiding her is the counter against Sophus for non-loud kills, but for loud kills, he's
Yeah.
stuck doing the same procedure as last time.
And I think because we're so used to doing loud kills last, I think Savio's just immediately gone to, oh, loud kill, do that last. Because he's clearly prioritising the Victor kill first. And so many times you do see, the loud kill done last, and it does make sense to that, really. But in this spin, doing that loud kill first for Dahlia makes lots of sense here, and an interesting decision for sure. And SRP, Sofas, can.
More Sophus shenanigans,
But I
but
mean,
it's
he has the
still
kill
going.
down. He has the kill down, that's all that matters, really.
And this time Sophus does find Sovia despite her being dragged away. So that's another restart, and it's now far from any photo finish considerations. If Randy can get this run finished despite this Soviet
So,
or
yeah.
Sophus.
Sofas is always. He's just. I need to know how Sophus is coded, because he's something else, isn't he? And we get a knockout on Sophus, gets a knockout on God, the door's open, and oh my God, his arm doesn't stick out. Thankfully, some for SRP there, and it's safe to get that knockout off. Just a split second there. If he waited a little bit longer, he might have been done for. But it's now the kill on Victor. Helicopter exit, of course, on the side of bodyguard skies will be a free exit. He will go down to the basement here. It seems, and it seems like now Boreal Forest will be taking Paris, our first map here.
It was just such a close call for Randy, and might have been a bit unnecessary with the timing, but of course, it was a strange situation with Sophus stuck on the balcony. He wanted to KO them both, and in the last second, KO did work out for Randy, and we'll take the first map of this match.
Yeah, really good start for them, you would say, and had a bit of a shaky start with the first try, but after that he managed to do the Dalek kill sensibly. And after he got that Dalek kill down, he had nothing to worry about, really. Sophus was a bit of an issue grabbing the decided disguise, but after that it was all good, really. And yeah, really good run from SRP on Paris, and it will be Mendoza as our next map. It's just gone from bad to worse. It's just oh. we all know my hatred over Mendoza, but fucking hell, it's just, oh, I don't like it at all. And we will take a quick break now, and for some reason it's got like a 1 minute mission briefing. Like, oh, come on, Mendoza, it's just rubbish in it, rubbish briefing, and we will take a short break, and we will come out with Mendoza on the other side.
I found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan Yates & Cohn. And get this, it's hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Yeah, no, welcome back here. Of course, Mendoza will be our next map coming up, and yeah, we'll quickly just let Chromex and Lewis, of course. Chromex is ill, I think, because he's one of the few that likes Mendoza. It's a crazy speculation to think that someone likes this map, and it's going to be tough for Lewis to take a map of Chromex, especially on Mendoza when it's just. He knows everything on Mendoza Chrome, really. He's just the Mendoza guy and is one of the few that actually enjoys the map. And it's, you can call it weird, but it's such a good strength to have. To have a map that everyone hates, but you're one of the few that's good on it and understands it fully. You're in for an advantage. It's new enough a free map with most of the time for it. And I'm sure Chrome will be feeling very confident going into Mendoza here.
Yeah, also Chrome is definitely specialist of Mendoza. With 11 picks over the course of the RR tournament and 10 wins from 12 maps, so only lost twice out of 12 occasions. He's definitely one of the best, and yeah, one of the most familiar with this widely disliked map, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know what causes more problems, this or Dartmoor. It's crazy. It's just it's the thing is that Mendoza is weird because I have no reason to hate it. I just do. Like, you know what I mean? You just look at Mendoza and think, oh, like I can't really name it. Okay, yes, a 12-second exit sucks, and some of the skies are bad, but it's just there, isn't it? It's just I say it all the time. In my opinion, it's not a map made for the game. It's a map made for the story. I know it does a good job for that with all the mission stories, of course, but it doesn't translate into a good roulette map, unfortunately. But of course, I'm not saying every Mendoza spin is bad. There are a few Mendoza spins I have enjoyed watching, and hopefully we get one of them today.
Yeah, I think Chrome would definitely be enjoying something off meta because he would have most of the spins optimized. Better if it's, of course, first try RTA, but we'll have to see about that. I'm not sure what Luis would have to hope for here, a quick one or a very tricky one, but I'm sure that he has also prepared for this BB clash against one of the best team Mendoza. So I'm really curious to see this next spin in just a couple of seconds, which is, of course, Xbox Master is out of the tournament, but still points to gain and maybe a match to win. And this is their chance to come back. Don Yates, Electrocution as Vater, and Tamara Vidal, Silenced AR as Bodyguard.
Yeah, it is cooking it. It is a cookie one here, and I think Lewis will be. I would be excited for a quick spin, really, because I don't know why, but I just think you have more chance to win. Because yes, a harder spin would give your opponent like more chance to rip, but if it's someone like Chrome who just masters Mendoza, the chances of you ripping on a hard spin just increase massively, and you know it's almost like when you're more confident on the map, you try and do things more quickly. If it's a quick spin, you do it as quick as you can, and that could then in turn lead to a lot more rips and just a C rip or a rip just because of lack of concentration, really.
Yeah, this quick one is maybe can be anyone's game. Chromax with obviously some likely to see some better optimizations with some actions. We'll see. Have to see about that. For now, it's the synchronized bumping, and Chrome will have the sedative gum there for a quicker isolation.
Would you seek a Tamara here?
That
Just
is a
because
very good call.
because she
Yeah.
would go sick, and you have to go. You gotta go down there for a bodyguard. You know what I mean? You gotta take a bit of time in the Donye, so a bit of jagging. You know, and by the time you've done all that, you go there and Tamara's puking, and you think, actually, a sequence Tamara here will save me a lot of time because she'll be there by the disguise I need to grab. So, just these little decisions that you could make here, but you know, both players go for the same thing, so you don't see much variation here. But it would have been interesting to see if one player did go for that, if it would have made a difference at all.
For sure. Oh, Chromax is already a close call. I want to talk about these different strategies, but we do have the action here. I don't think that will be a question mark from any of the mercenaries, but Chromax gets a body found.
Be a bit careful.
And
There is
there's
one,
the
there is a
question mark.
Talked a
Wow.
little bit too soon, and yeah, Lewis with definite lead here. Is it when the door's shut, the guy, the mercenary outside can hear him, if I remember rightly? And Lewis, it might be okay. Thankfully for Lewis, there's no question marks. But if he does opt to distract a mercenary, you might have to be a bit careful really due to the fact that Valentina is still upright on the chair and can have a slight glimpse of through the window there. But Lewis now will have this Don cooldown relatively soon, so to say. I mean, there can be some issues with this puddle and how it
Oh,
works,
for sure.
but you would have to be careful about that. And I mean, there is a carb actually on the map, but I mean, when you're 2 minutes in, you might as well just restart really. And yeah, it does let a slight puddle drop out here. I don't think it will be investigated by anyone's anyways, but I mean,
That
yeah,
feels. Oh man, I was going to say that it doesn't feel like enough water for Dawn, but it was a little puddle, and Lewis gets the first kill down with a minute and 20 seconds of in-game time advantage. He might be able to carry this to the finish since Chrome and Lewis have the same strats here.
yeah, and it's just now grabbing a bodyguard and then going up to Samara. There's not much time, really, I suppose. I mean, of course, there are still places where you can rip, and the exit might be a bit finicky with what he does. He doesn't opt for the car keys, so it's going to be interesting to see what exit he goes for. I mean, he might have actually picked it up before going and killing Yates, but even then, it's still be interesting to see what he does for the exit here. I mean, what is there? 4 exits on Mendoza, including that's 5 actually, isn't there? But they're all relatively far away from this kill. I mean, if you're in a trespass in disguise in the villa, I mean that's going to be difficult to get to the car. Then you might go to Tango exit. That's going to take a long walk, and all the. It's just there's no real optimal exit when you kill tomorrow last here, and it's just might add a few problems here, especially the fact that you would prefer a mercenary disguise if anything for this tomorrow kill. But of course, that'll make it very very straightforward, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Lewis does in terms of the exit. We'll have the bodyguard disguise now and the assault rifle, so the tomorrow kill is practically done. But it's just getting to the exit now is going to be the truly true thing here that could cause some issues.
I do want to say that, of course, the car would be trespassing and the Tango is miles away. But I think the Vineyard is also trespassing for bodyguards, so Lewis is in a tough spot. Of course, Chrome will be in that same tough spot as well. Feels like he is now 25 seconds behind, so we might have photo finish if Lewis doesn't take a quicker exit than Chrome, but it's kind of close here.
Yeah, that is an AR, Chris. It's the I think it's the RS-15 is what Lewis used there. And where, is he gonna go for? Is he gonna go for Westview exit? That would.
He's going back for his Vater, and he wants to have a non-trespass in this guy, I think, and that would be the car exit because he got the keys
Yeah.
before the execution.
I mean, I have to be careful. He'll have to drop all his guns and take a frisk. He won't be able to run through it this time. So
He can take the other entry.
both are frisk points, aren't they? Both he needs to have a frisk for, and he will do here as well. You can't run through it now, Lewis. Oh, no, you can. My bad. I'm an idiot. This is what I mean, man. I don't know Dozer at all. And Lewis here runs towards the exit. Works it first. Just have to wait for Chromex here. gonna do some wizardry here.
Surely that's
Oh
just
my
passing.
god! He
Oh,
just runs
Groth
through.
can go
He
through
just, he
there.
just
Okay.
runs through. I hate this
Well
map.
then. All right. I also learned something, but it's two players with two nice exits in very quick succession and the first photo finish of the day. And it's even closer than we expected. Feels like closer to 10 or 15 seconds than the 20 to 25 we expected.
I learned two things in the space of 10 seconds there.
That's a rush
That's
of knowledge for sure.
crazy, man. The fact he can
Luis
just
leads by
run through.
14.
That's insane. That is blowing my head away. That's really wow.
Yeah, I guess it's now that we know, it kind of changes the dynamic of some maps, and Gross told us this so well.
With that, Lewis could have been half a minute ago. He could have done half a minute before if Lewis did that. But I mean, Chrome. Wow. That's just. Oof. That has really surprised me. That has. But of course, while we will take a quick break while Chris does the photo finish calculations, and of course, thankfully, the Ambrose mission briefing it is a long one, so we'll have a nice long break here while we let Chris work out the photo finish, and we'll give you the results very soon.
Morning 47. The Ark Society's annual gathering is several weeks away, which should give us ample time to prepare. Meanwhile, Mr. Gray has an off-the-books request. Perhaps you should explain.
Noel Crest. One of my best fixes. Before Romania, I left him in charge of the militia. Told him in no uncertain terms to cease all attacks on Providence, stand by and await further orders. Safe to say he did not. Crest and his men have gone rogue, reinventing themselves as a glorified gang of international thieves. They specialize in ruthless spectacle heists with zero regard to collateral damage.
I've seen the man's file. What did you expect would happen?
It's not like I had much choice, seeing as all my best lieutenants were killed by you two.
Fair point.
Nevertheless, Crest is a rabid dog. He is my responsibility, my mistake. I would like your help correcting it.
Current whereabouts?
Ambrose Island, an isolated harbor north from the Strait of Malacca. Coincidentally, one of Wazir Kale's old ports of call. According to my intel, Crest and his men have joined forces with a local pirate syndicate to raid a passing tanker. His goal, a control unit for an Ether Corp satellite being covertly shipped abroad. The satellite is a node in the company's most secure cloud storage network, so they would pay a fortune to preserve its integrity.
What is Crest's endgame?
Extortion, if I had to guess. We don't have the luxury of a full investigation. For us to move against the constant, we need Providence to think the threat is over and lower their guard. Another militia attack on Ether would raise alarms.
I agree. 47. You'll need to eliminate Crest and destroy that control unit, or lock the militia out. The satellite cannot fall into their hands. We'll need a cover story for ICA. Luckily, Akka, the rapacious leader of the syndicate, already has an active ICA contract on her head. Take her out, and we'll even get our expenses paid.
Well, I never had you pegged as a rebel.
I'm warming to it.
Thank you, both. 47, seeing as I know Crest, I'll provide field support. Meet you out east.
So yeah, welcome back. We're still slightly waiting for Chris now. I'm sure he'll be on any second here now. And yeah, I mean, that was bloody close to the end. Chrome, if he manages to get at least a draw out of this map, I mean, that's all down just to rush in straight through. And that still surprised me, that has. And I've had a 3-minute break and I still haven't gone over it yet. And to me, that's just that's really crazy. And of course, we will have our 2v2 maps next. Of course, it will be Ambrose Island as our first one. Followed by, I've forgotten already, Dubai. So, I mean, the 2v2 maps don't get much better, really, do they? They haven't improved the 1v1 maps here. I mean, Ambrose is probably the best map here, you would say, and the results has come through now. Chromex loaded for 15 seconds across 2 loads. Lewis loads for 6 seconds across 1 load. Therefore, Xbox Master Race maintain their lead, but only by 5 seconds, and do take the points here. Tied in series 2-2. That was closer than what I thought it'd be. I
Same
can't lie.
actually. I So what does this mean is that Chromexis had an average load of 7.5 seconds from PC, which is longer than Lewis's 6 seconds on console. So strange
That is
result, but
weird, isn't it? I
fair one.
always thought Lewis was old gen. But it doesn't matter. Old gen or new gen, he would have won that anyways. I think so. It doesn't really matter. And I like Ambrose, our next map. It is a nice map, and we do see earlier Null Crest fallen object, nearly taking another victim for the draw. Thankfully, Chromex came in clutch at the end. I can't remember. It's like 1 minute left on the spin at least, or no, tops 1 minute left on the spin, and he completed it. And you don't hope for the same story, but I mean, it did provide entertainment, which was pretty good. Him and Zarncore just back and forth on that. So, I mean, if we do see a null fallen object again, Chrome would be experienced in it, and he didn't miss Chrome. He didn't miss Null first cycle. Managed to get a Durin onto both his guards and just chain lure him from like the social hub all the way to the boat with a coin. And I thought it was great. With not even 2 coins, make it each 1 coin all the way around to the boat, and it was a sight to behold, really. And I mean, as much as I want to see it again, I mean, I don't really want to be on Ambrose Island for half an hour, so hopefully we
That is
get
fair.
something else. And it can be a very quick map, Ambrose Island. Of course, it's in my opinion, it's a worse than Sapienza. I'd say. I think it's a. I don't know if that's a fair comment or what, but I don't think it's a. It's just, of course, 2 targets as a secondary objective, which is just destroy something like the viruses on Sapienza, and I don't see it as interesting. Of course, Sapienza has what 3-4 times the amount of disguises that Ambrose has, which definitely does
Yeah.
lean in favour. Ambrose has 7 disguises, I think, not including, or even including the suit, it has 7 disguises.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's a
definitely
good
missing too much.
question. I wonder what. Of course, it's just this 2 months have passed with Ambrose and basically 1 month in competition. So I'm curious to see what will be the closest analogies to this map. And it's interesting to see that, yeah, Sapienza could be a likely or similar map, but it's just so strange with these few disguises. And
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a really weird map. It just doesn't. I play Ambrose and I don't feel I'm playing Hitman 3, you know what I mean? It's just, I load onto Ambrose, I'm not playing Hitman. It feels really weird, and I think mainly because it's such a big map, but you don't use all of it half the time. As our Ambrose spin will come through now, and it will be Noel Crest full of suit, and Aka consume poison as the hippie.
Wow.
Ooh, we could be in for a long one here, I'd say. I mean, consumed Aka will take a bit of time. I mean, it'll be hard to try and reach her first cycle. Then Noel as well, it's just a bit of an iffy spin, really. I'd say it's not. It's not necessarily a hard spin. I wouldn't say there's any hard Ambrose spin that's like impossible
But
that you see on some maps. But this is towards the harder end of spins, you'd say.
it is tricky with these timings and, of course, the disguises. Randy is the first to load in with the Shrine start, of course, Suit start. Not mandatory, but for Ambrose, you kind of always end up seeing a Suit start. You don't take the Buccaneer. Just a very quick point about this one is that the normal fall kill is, I think, other than consume poison and drown, which is obviously straightforward. I think it's the most restrictive kill here because it will have to be, I think, a Peter isolation and push.
I mean, you can try and lure him into the water, I presume. You can try and do that if you've got the balls to, but I mean, that would have lots of ripple. You're just getting him there in the first place and trying to shoot him in the leg or something to make him collapse into the water. I mean, it would be a bit challenging, but you have your options here for sure, and we're interested to see how both players will approach it here.
Double different suit starts here, and with the with the c4 in hand, it's an early obvious setup here. And I think the fact that Noah can't really be isolated at the start just prompted multiple players to start with the bomb delivery and Randy in the cave, Soviet already coming back from it.
Yeah, but I like this from Soviet here. We'll get the early drone onto both of Noel's guard here, and it does seem like he will try and get him into the water and shoot him in the leg from what... Especially just getting rid of his two guards straight away. That does point straight towards that, as he will come to the pier now. And what's he going to try and do? How's he going to try and get his full kill off? Of course, you might be able to shoot and just get a gunshot, a flash from underneath, maybe, if anything. But Jerry's just in here for sure what he's going to try and do.
I don't see an isolation on Soviet side yet, but I think it is going to be a throne lure, perhaps.
Yeah.
In the water. That part isn't lethal the last time I checked, but I haven't checked too far. I think I would personally just use a push there. No leg shots that I know of.
Yeah, what's he going to try and do here? It's definitely both Noel and Noel full object and full just tricky. And I think once the players get it, they'll be fine. But it's just getting it first is the
Yeah.
hard bit.
Yeah, I'm curious because now it's 2 minutes in, and Noel doesn't really come naturally to any cycles. I know you can make him go there with the Durian, of course, with the puking spots there, but
Yeah,
that has been used on the guards.
yeah, and the guards will be returned to Noel soon as well, which is always a nice addition. Having two guards on the target, you always love to have that. But yeah, what's Sophie going to try? Is he going to try and get him into the water? You have to try and get him into the water, right? That's the only thing you can really do now if you have no medics to get him to the pier.
Yeah, this part seems a bit harder, but he will try to throw now, so maybe there's no reason to speculate. He will be looking, right where Soviet is now, he will be looking towards the water, and maybe we can see some lures around that point. And yeah, Soviet is getting ready, and he knows that it's not much left to do. 4 question marks there, but who will react? Not the target. Soviet with the
He has a
Seeker.
seeker all this time?
It's-
You've broken my
and
heart, Soviet, with this.
it's not used on the isolation. Sadly, I might say. And he might be losing this right now. And the guards are coming back. This run is not looking too good for Soviet, but he is still in the run. Luis had 1 restart so far, I think. Well, I'm just not exactly sure how can Soviet get this. Oh,
Oh, I like this. I can't lie.
but it's not him reacting.
Is it the woman?
And
That'd be my guess. It's the woman. So if he knocks out the woman up here, he might be fine. But he gets him to respond?
I think the problem,
Yeah, he has lots of work to do up here. But I mean, other than this woman here, not a lot of people. There's no eyes up here, so he could be safe just to knock people out. But there's not. It's gonna be interesting here. He can't use the hammer for a throw extraction, of course, because Noel's already investigating that. So what's he gonna try and? Because Noel's on his way. He's gonna have to try and get rid of this woman. I mean, he could just knock her out, but no. Coming up here, does get the distraction off onto this woman, and what's he gonna try and do now? This could be a very good spot where you could just jury in the two guards, but unfortunately for him, he's already used it. He will miss Aka second cycle consumed, you would say, but Soviet not far. Yeah, the guards down there he would does make sense why he's put there, to be honest, and it will leave them speculating even more. But Chrome does have that Aka cooldown now. Aka is dead for Chrome, so 1 kill down just has to focus on this null kill now, and I don't know. From what we saw earlier, we could see a coin roll all the way to the water. So that would
It
be
would be a Chrome thing to do after all this, for sure.
yeah. The
But
satellite control unit down as well. I mean, and that's really smart. I like that decision from both Random Person and Chrome, just buffering their suit disguise in the central social hub. I really like that because yeah, we could see some players just go straight to the hippie and leave the suit there, and that's a long walk if you just don't get the no kill first. And yeah, it's really interesting here. I really like just the idea of buffing the disguise. It's something so simple, but it's just so effective in terms of time. And
Chrome with nice progress here, even more so, because
yeah, but
no one is
it's-
juking at a fortunate spot, but we have seen it from Soviet side that it's
yeah,
far
it's
from a
not
win.
gonna work. You have to try and distract the guard. You have so many bodies up here that is it really doable? You'd have to. Oh, I don't know. You have to use a gun to distract them two guards, but of course you have one of them off null. Then you have to be. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit hard, you would say, but I mean, it is doable. But not looking too confident here, and
Chrome will give up on this one.
have we lost Lewis? Have we lost Lewis? Uh-oh.
Oh, it was after a quick prompt door opening, so it's likely a crash, sadly.
This game can't handle quick prompts lol.
I feel for the console players who kind of forced to do that every time.
Oh, yeah, your fingers get used to it, don't worry.
Mhm.
It's great. Having to open up your inventory, then press the button and press it. Oh, it's fantastic. I can't lie, but if is Chrome just waiting it out now? Is he just waiting? I mean, of course, both players have to finish. He will realise that Randy's 2 minutes, and he has time. He has time to take it. Of course,
Soviets with the leg shot into water, sorry to interrupt,
Ooh.
but it was a very nice kill there, and I
Very
think the first
nice.
successful Noah kill.
Yeah, and he'll have lots of time now to set up the Akka kill. And of course, after that, you can just run down in the hippie disguise, to the satellite control unit and just wait there, really. So, really nice of Soviet. Akka will drink at what, around the 3:10 mark if you poison the one in the bar here. So, he has plenty of time now just to get get the kill set up here. But it was like a bit of distraction in that. But he will opt to go to the satellite control unit now. It seems.
That is not a delivery far enough, sadly. So hopefully Soviets will realize that
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely not fair enough. You have
it
to put
won't
it
work
past the
out.
final boat, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, nowhere near.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, but Crow now just sitting in the water. I'm sure 47 legs are getting very wet at the moment, but as long as Noel Crest dies, it doesn't really matter. Some random person having some nice progress here, has the control unit down, and we'll just have to have that Akka kill sorted. Which, I mean, he's waiting in the hippie disguise, so the Akka kill will come. I thought, as he set it up, because if he set it up in the bar, it would be done. But of course, she does drink in her office as well, doesn't she? So there's multiple opportunities for Akka consumed here.
For Randy, it has been the, what do you call it? I don't think it's the bar that you were mentioning. I think it's the dartboard and the two pirates. I think it's like a pirate hangout area
I
where she
call that,
drinks the
yeah. I
whiskey.
mean that by the bar.
Okay, that's the
I
bar,
know
yeah.
Farrah's Paris is the literal bar, but I don't know why I just see people drinking and think it's a bar. So
That makes sense. Randy with some extra conversation triggered. I think it was the office conversation, which is why it's not a 2.5 minute kill, but
for
a 4.5,
sure,
5 minute kill.
Yeah, you don't really want to be triggering conversations on Ambrose. They take a bloody long time, and we see Chrome still waiting for Noel to come back round. He does have a really pretty long cycle.
There's the kill. And now I think it's just the first objective for Randy. I think so. Oh no, the second one, since the C4 has already been planted a while ago.
Yeah, just needs to try and do something for Noel here. He could just do the exact same as Chrome and play the long waiting game, and he has to, but he has nothing to speed it up. And we have to try his best here. Just wait now and do what he can and wait, and hopefully sooner we'll see Noel come along here and have a shot in the leg or whatever he opts to do here for the Noel kill.
I'm really curious. it will have to end with a leg shot if it's this area, and it's most likely not any dumps. So yeah, now it's the moment of truth for Comax 9 minutes into his run. Of course, a majority of it was waiting, and he's going for a long range seeker moving target. The first one was far away from hitting. The second one he can still do, but it's not getting closer. Chrome decides to find a better angle.
Yeah, I mean, he will. The PRISO makes sense here. For sure, it makes a lot of sense, and just having that ability to just knock out both guards safely and dump Chris in the water just makes lots of sense here, and you will get a nice shot from here, it seems, and hopefully for Chrome, he lands his dart. He put away the pistol, and unfortunately, I can't hear it, the click that you get if you do see the target, but it does seem that he is sick and will be coming down here now, and we'll have the kill down soon, but yeah, random, it's just doing some nice bit of fishing here. I think I saw somewhere that if you spend like 2.5 minutes here from the start, you get a fish. I'm pretty sure. I might just think out something else, but apparently you do.
I think you're right.
If you fish for long enough, you get a fish, and it's a nice part of the game, really, isn't it? Just being able to actually do some fishing and generate fish. I don't know how many times you can do it, or if it's just just a start or what. But yeah, Chrome now with Noel sick on the edge does have that push prompt. But I'm sure he's just waiting for the guys to turn around before doing it, which he does, and will knock him out, and will count, I think.
I mean,
it is a full kill. It's no different from a leg shot, but not in the not in the most of a. I love that. I rate that.
all-time players will know that there was a time where Falkins didn't count unless it was a eliminate prompt, and then
oh,
random. Sadly, the same thing he couldn't do. It was a close call for Chrome. I think I could have seen some yellow suspicion bar from Chrome's side as well, but for Randy it failed completely.
That's really unfortunate.
And we'll restart.
7 minutes in. I hate Ambrose. I've at the start of the day, if you ask me this morning what do I think of Ambrose, I'll say, oh, Joe, I don't mind it, but now I hate it. I've seen too much of it today.
Yeah, long spins here. 40 minutes in, 16 to go, and definitely a good 5 minutes away from both of Xbox Master Race and Randy just starting for Boreal. But I like Soviet's chances here because he's now confidently starting with a no kill, and wherever this second cycle Akka consumed will hit, I think Soviet is close to finishing, just not timing wise. Luis and Randy will still have to figure out the no kill.
Yeah, I mean, like, if Soviet, I mean, again, it's Soviet, like, he's not, Thailand might not be close to finishing, but with Lewis, with no kills down or whatever, it doesn't really matter. And, we see Chrome finish, but yet no points finish from first. You know what I mean? You have to wait for both your teammates here to finish, and, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how close around a person can get if he goes to the same stuff. I mean, he goes to Seeker onto No now. Is that just to delay him? Would be my one guess.
That's my best idea as well. I can't really tie it to any isolations directly, so it will have to be just a delay, but I think that's what Randy needs here. As the C4 at least. And it gives him time to. Yeah, I think the end goal here is to have this seeker shot first cycle and not 7 minutes in, but rather 2.5, 3 minutes in. Just eliminate some risk there.
I mean, what? The Akka kill will be done if he has no trigger combos around the 3:10 mark. If he can get back into the suit in time, which he will be able to, and run to. No, he will be. Where I'm trying to work out where Noel is just in my head. He will be going around going into the boat room, whatever it is, where he can fix the boat would be my one guess. Around there, or just going up to the
Sounds
food
about
bay.
right, yeah.
He would go around the because what? He's at the boat at the 3:10 mark, but you add 1:30 on, of course, because of course that's how long it takes for him to throw up, and yeah, he'd be probably sure he'd probably be in a similar position as he was where we just see random try and seek him last time. So yeah, it's really interesting to hear. Of course, it's really nice. You can just poison the food here, then run straight to the hippie now, and random going really nicely here. Just hopefully that sequence. No, we can see an even quicker completion of the spin. Let's wait for the pirate to turn around safely. Thankfully for him, them pirates don't hear anything. I mean the pirates in the compound hear grass from 2 miles away. I swear to God, sometimes it's annoying. But thankfully,
Remember,
them to a death.
remember the thing we talked about for Soviet Run? I think it's the same run, just a couple of minutes later. It did cause an untargeted kill because the C4 didn't fly far enough, nowhere fly enough. So it will have to be a restart there because of non-target kill at the end. I think Lewis as well. I'm not sure if he had the same rip there, but synchronized restart from Xbox Master Race.
Yeah, the good thing is about the hippie though, you can literally just go right up to him and trank him. You don't have to stand a far away distance at all. You can just literally go up to him. Of course, he's sleeping already, which I think if someone's sleeping and you knock them out, they should just continue sleeping, if that makes sense, and they shouldn't be found. That'd be a great addition to the game, I think. But
Imagine that, yeah.
yeah, it'd be great. If you have the one on Colorado and that, he'd be the miniature soldier, and it would rarely be useful. But I mean, for like the hippie grab, you wouldn't have to bring in a trank for the hippie and all that, which typically we see done. Random now, 3:20 mark. Accura's dead. Swap back into the suit now, and where is Noel? Good old question to be answered here. Where is Noel ready to try and have the full gun? I mean, it doesn't matter where he seeks him in this area, as long as he does get the seek. Yeah, there he is, where we thought he would be in that area, and really nice optimization on the spin from Random. I think just going and think, oh, I can delay him with the seeker. Let's delay him with the seeker. That's really nice. I feel like, but where is he going to seeker him now? Where can he seeker him?
Yeah, it's a good question. And then he's still looking for
Ooh.
carry angles there. It gets the whoosh from behind, so we'll have to abandon this hut. Oh my goodness me. Trespassing area, but it's not found either.
There was so much yellow on that screen for my liking. I can't lie. There was lots. There was lots of yellow for my liking there. But fortunately for him, all that matters is this time he managed to get the seeker off. I'm sure that's all he cares about now. And now we'll be going on to up here now. His guards drop behind, but that will be fine. They do turn around nicely. I mean, if he had a wrench, the exit would be right there. But unfortunately, he doesn't have a wrench.
Do
Which
they
sucks.
turn around nicely on this spear though?
I don't know.
I think it is the situation. Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Oh, what do you do
He
here? This is a bit
won't
of a.
budge.
Oh, this is a bit of a sticky situation, isn't it? Does he? Would he have? Has he? Oh, he used the Durian already, didn't he? He used the free Durian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, would you've just dropped the Durians from? Oh, and that guy's gonna call it in as well. That is horrific. And you
I
know,
don't know how this run can be
what's
saved
he
from here. Of course, only hindsight for second run could help.
could he shoot Noel from here if he has a pistol or something? Could he shoot him and praise that he falls in the right direction? That
I
could.
think this is Randy's best shot,
That.
and he's looking at the other pier to get some angle there. I don't
What
think
could
he
he
has a
do?
pistol here, sadly.
I say just knock out Noel and grab his lesson. No, I'm joking. What's he gonna do? This is.
It's something that you could do with sniper for sure. We know how much the pushback is there, and the pistol is just barely strong enough. Randy doesn't go for it, and this is really tough here because 5.5, 5:45 in.
If he has no pistol, he can't do the full kill. That's because he would have used all his darts, I think. So if he has no pistol, it's the run's void. I think. How are you gonna? Unless you opt to try and use it, how are you gonna try and knock? You could get an apple or something and try and use that, but that's gonna be risky here, and it might just be a Durian hunt now.
I think so. Yeah, it's a coconut, but it is the general idea. It is under some trees. You have to shoot the projectiles and pray for multiple to fall down. It's even likely that Chromex is mentioning these spots, but these two are now on a hunt as Soviet had another restart, but is looking to get the leg shot once more. And I think Lewis, is closing in on the office type of consume poison kills. I think that will be about 5 minutes time. Soviet leg shot, that missed, but can get him again since it was just a bullet distraction.
Yeah, just shoot again. Unless he was scared of some whoosh, perhaps. But you don't have to shoot him in the leg. You can just shoot him in the body twice if you really wanted to. But all the matters for Soviet, I'm sure all he cares about is he just have the kill down. So, that's really good for him now. And random loss of whoosh. Why is he
Apparently,
going
it's
for
a
caves?
canonically not working camera, it seems,
Oh,
because definitely whoosh, definitely green gun kept.
Oh yeah. I think it was Johnny's Amber speedrun. He just runs straight through the camera, isn't it? And just doesn't get spoiled at all. You think, wait, what?
I guess so. I only know about the New York cameras next to Security Start, which is canonically off, but I didn't know sort about this one. Interesting. I'm not sure what Ren is going for here. He's distracting a pirate. Only needs a no at this point in time. Feels like a risky KO there and gets a oh boy, a loud firearm for potentially the similar approach. Or is he just looking for any firearm to shoot the Jurian with? This threat has so many extra steps.
This is soundproof area though.
1 Jurian
Oh,
reward. This
it's
is
a bit
RNG
shitty.
and just unlucky he only got 1.
So I like this from Soviet trying to shut these two guards, but I mean, he hasn't used the jury, and that'd be an option. But of course, I think he would have with the with Noel's guards. But I mean, the timing to try and hit you after poison here would be very tight, I'd say. So it's better off. But some random person with another rip and 6 minutes
What?
15 left. If it is doable with his strat, for sure is very doable. But can he do it?
I'm not exactly sure what Randy did there. Yeah, he was concealing a soda can in the. It's not a. Yeah, it's a hole. Wow, and got just spot being suspicious on there. Which puts Randy in a very tough spot. Soviet and Louis definitely able to finish this in time. But Randy now 5:35 to go on a very unconventional spin. Feels less and less likely that Boreal can get 2 points from this.
Yeah. I mean, good for them. They've already qualified, but I'm sure they want that first seed finish, and I'm sure that they're trying to want as many points as possible to try and secure that. Of course, Excel's Masters will just be hoping for a win, and I mean, a draw for them ain't the worst. They can still win the game. I'm sure that's all they care about. But S up, okay, this is gonna be a bit problematic for Random now. He's lost a secret art, so he's gonna have to. Right, let's put this up. He will have one more secret art left, which he probably will use, but that puts lots of pressure on actually hitting Noel. So interesting.
This really feels like a last resort from Randy. Of course, the time and the approach as well. He really tries to speed this one up. Going for a very quick poisoning here, which can work if you stay crouched. But so many aspects of this run. For example, how do you leave this spot? Feels like such a predicament here.
Yeah, I don't know how you get out of here. This is a bit of a risky situation here, but
Oh, there we go.
he saved a Jurian. He saved a Jurian, which he can use later when Noel is sick on the pier. He can just Jurian both the guards and then fuck off. It's great. It's a great item, the Jurian, and hopefully we get to see it use the full effect as the timer is slowly running down. We're still in the yellow zone. We could be in the red zone very soon, however, and I'm sure, as definitely as when I play, I see the red zone, I'm like, oh shit.
It is tense. It's not just the last run, but you do have to hurry up to try to finish and get a win.
I mean, he saves a dart here with not using one on the hippie, so that's nice. And he will come down here and drop down, and will be the suit very soon. So Soviet will restart, and I think that is Xbox Master Race out of it. I think. Well, no, it's not.
Will
He did
be, yeah.
restart.
He
Ooh.
did get the second objective though, but I think the fact that he was stalking hurt too much. I'm not sure where the poison was put. I honestly don't know if the run was over before that, because 3 minutes, less than 4, she wouldn't have gone a full cycle there for the poison kill. So Randy does have a shot, but now I think we do have to say that it's either a tie or Randy wins it for Boreal.
Yeah,
And
we've gone into the red zone. My favourite thing. I can't actually see the time I call the red zone, which means when does the red zone trigger? Well, there's like less than 3 minutes left, I think. And yeah, interesting here. He's in the hippie, just guys. We'll have to come back for his suit, but it's gonna be interesting what he does here.
Oh, he doesn't have the durian. He did save the durian, but didn't pick it up from the chef.
I mean, he'll have to get his suit anyways. So it's not that bad. He left his suit here by the jury, so really, it won't be that bad. It's not that bad of a mistake here. Of course, he wants to save as much time as he can, but is that doable here? 2 minutes now left on the clock. Lewis with the kill down onto Noel, but with Soviet not being able to win, it doesn't really matter. It's mainly just some random person now. But the pressure does get the satellite controlling it down with no NTK, and I'm sure he'll be rushing this Noel kill now for sure. And isn't exit close enough? He'll have to try and go with the wrench exit. He has to. If he doesn't have a wrench, I don't think he can complete the spin. To be honest,
it's really hard to say. I think it's 30 seconds from here to long tail boat exit. If he can find this kill in the 50-second mark, I think that's a really close one there. That Duran hit at least one guard, and that's so many NPCs around there. I think that is going to create such a big mess. Oh boy, it's anyone's game at this point.
I mean, Noel could walk in the water here, which would be good for him. I mean, it's not looking good where he's going. If he goes right, then I don't think he can do that.
Going left is nice though. This is the way to do it, and no one is following, not even one guard.
You would get the kill now. You have to. 45 seconds left here. He'll have to sprint a long tail. He will get the knockout now onto Noel. We'll drag him. We'll get the dumped prompt off, and that will be the full kill for random person now. Needs to run towards an exit. That exit is locked. He doesn't have a wrench.
He's going main exit. He's looking towards main exit, which is a bit further away, 30 seconds away. We do have a couple seconds of stream loading. Oh boy, Randy's also trying to get proximity exit. I think it's just not going to be enough. 20 seconds to go.
Not at all here, but I mean, stream delay could be a bit possible here, and I think it's too late for random now.
It's close. It's 30 meters, less than 10 seconds. Chrome has better be pressing that button, and in our end, he get a finish with 1 second to go. So I think it has to be close enough.
Of course, I mean, the spin just disappeared as he finished. And with stream delay, I really think random, with like 3 seconds left on his end, has done that.
I really hope that Chris can get us the timestamp. The server times are full minutes in. So we knew that the spin hands went live at 0 seconds past the minute. And Chris is asking, I think Chris has got to finish in time.
You have to. From just on our end, haven't seen where random finished. Of course, you have to take into account. Even like the short of the stream delay, he would have finished before the timer ended, I think. So, 1 sec.
Is that actually 29 minutes and 59 seconds if we read Chris's message correctly?
I mean, he could just be giving us 1 second to work it out. Would be my. It could be, but I mean, either way, 1 second. Wow, indeed. What a finish to! I've had 2 great finishes, bros. I like the map now. I don't like the start of the map, but I like the final 5 minutes of it. Jesus.
Such a roller coaster of emotions for sure. And
I finished my drink and I need more. Jesus Christ, I've got through a litre bottle of Yuzu and I'm still bouncing off the walls with this. Wow.
so try to give this in perspective. We do see stream delay on our screen, but the server has no stream delay. So when the timer has run out, they could have still finished. We just don't see it on the stream
Yeah.
delay.
I mean,
But what we have seen is a finish with 1 second to go. So with that
Chrome,
being said,
Chrome said there's 3 seconds left when he pressed done. So, really up to Chris here, and I think, I do think it was 3 seconds off. Wow, that is mental. That has to be the closest finish we've ever seen.
it's the closest finish I have ever seen. Once upon a time, I was just checking these close calls, and I know a 7-second finish. I know a 4-second finish from the first World Championship. 3 seconds, I've never, ever.
I've never. It'd have to take some pretty mental waiting by an exit for it to happen. Them
Yeah.
things, them fine margins don't come round often on accident. And wow, what a map we've had there. And I think that will be Boreal Forest taking for them 2 very important maps off Ambrose Island there.
Incredible. 30-minute timer, but so much excellence there.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree that we need a short break. So while we wait for Chris's message, we'll quickly pop to the Dubai mission briefing, and we'll have the final map on the other end.
The partners are down there. You know, I never planned this far ahead.
You never do.
I see someone got his memory back. Wait, is that a beacon? What the hell? Base. Alexa Carlisle's helicopter just took off. Confirm target locations, over.
Diana, what's the status?
Right. We have a situation. Carlisle has left the building. And I think I know why. The Constant has escaped. He persuaded one of the sailors into setting him free. And since then, he's been seizing control of Providence assets and resources. I can only assume Carlisle is rushing to contain the damage.
If she slips away again,
We'll keep track of her. Make sure she doesn't. Meanwhile, the plan stays the same. Your destination is the Scepter, the world's tallest building where the partners are laying low, courtesy of their host, Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali. Marcus Stuyvesant is 5th-generation old money. His family made its fortune in real estate and banking, and were at one point the chief landowners in New York. Carl Ingram is a powerful Washington kingmaker whose family grew rich selling gunpowder during the American Civil War, and later established a globe-spanning empire in oil, coal, and steel. Both families long since retreated from public view, but their quiet dominance endures to this day. Now, the partners likely suspect that we're coming, so Mr. Gray will infiltrate building controls and disable all electronic doors and elevators. Stuyvesant and Ingram are about to find they have nowhere left to run.
right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
So yeah, welcome back. You can see the points happening towards Boreal Forest here. So I think the 3 seconds. Oh wow, that was a pretty tense exit. We've had some great moments like that. The first one that springs to mind is of course, who was it? Rommel in Colorado. That's one that springs to mind with that close finish exit, and we've had a few good ones here.
Just such a good tournament for last minute finishes, and it's probably also the fact, other than it's maybe coincidental, but probably the fact that you have the teammates to help you with the end, and you can keep your cool until the last minute and know what to risk and how far you can go.
If that's real rivals, yeah. It's 1v1. the time it might take for him to tab out and press done might have been the reason he lost, or tied the spin. So
Mhm.
that is, I really love that. And I mean, to buy our next map, we should. I don't want to say anything, but we shouldn't see a time to buy, right?
That would be a very long and very strange match. It's already a strange match. It's a very exciting one.
Yeah, it'd have to be a pretty really long to buy. We don't see it often. We don't see buys that stretch over 10 minutes. But of course, it can happen. But will it happen? I doubt it with the players we have on show here. But you never know. All you need is a longer spin with a couple of kill conditions and skydiving suit, and you're in for a bit of fun there. But yeah, I mean,
That would be a recipe.
there shouldn't be a 3 second exit. Or an exit of 3 seconds left, I should say. So yes, set up for a nice one.
It should never be a 3-second exit. I have had some extra minutes to think about this one, and in the 2+ years I've seen matches, I just cannot recall anything that has been closer
You know, I
than
can't.
this 3-second
No,
mark.
that was that was. As soon as he thought he went to main exit, we think, oh no, he's lost it. Then he went to eventually for a little bit. We think, oh, he's just wasting time now. And the fact that he put out his GPS chariot might have been the reason he lost it. But that's not our focus now. To might be our focus. Our last map. Would you like to take this spin of fun?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if we can top the excitement with just a 2v2 Dubai, but Carl Ingram Kitchen Knife as event staff and Marcus Tyson Silent Sniper Rifle as Penthouse Guard.
This is a crap map, isn't it?
It is a vanilla spin for sure.
It's just
Probably.
standard, really, isn't it? I mean, the solid sniper rifle, you take a bit of time on the kitchen knife as well, I suppose, but it's nothing special, is it?
Nope.
It's just to buy.
It,
You know?
it is the quintessential Dubai with the double isolation with Lewis is already in
Yeah,
as
it's just...
arch crew, and we will see after the Marcus ISO, we will see the event staff grab, of course, the kitchen knife down there, kill Ingram, get the agency pickup upstairs, and then go down as Penthouse Guard, and there's the finish.
I like the
Chet
event
is
staff
out.
start. I really like the event staff start here. Trying to find a kitchen knife. There's one on the table. He's missed the kitchen knife. Shock. They can't find it. So will be a restart coming from Randy, probably would be my one guess. Chrome now making real nice progress here, coming up to Carl, and nothing else much to say really, is it? It's just we're just going through a Dubai spin with the standard isolations as we so commonly see.
Yeah, I'm
Carling. Do I say
nice.
Carling? Oh my god, sorry, I've just seen Chris's comment. I say Carl wrong apparently. It's Carl, not Kyle. Sorry, that's my bad. I'll fix it up. Don't worry.
Good to see Chrome with a quick ISO there. Quicker than I anticipated from event staff start.
He does leave the event staff right up there, so it's not that bad at all. But of course, doesn't have an SMG to destroy the camera. Will he doesn't dodge it, but fortunately, there are suppressed
There's
pistols
nothing
with
fortunate
guards.
about this one though. Chromex has a ragdoll into the
dodging.
eye of the maintenance staff.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, it's not.
She's a setback, but I think the fact that Chrome didn't get a kitchen knife was already a setback there. That's a cleaver.
Yeah.
There is kitchen stuff.
It's
kitchen
in between
items.
the muffins. It's either side of the muffins right there. It's right there.
Oh,
You've just looked at it.
yeah, it's unfortunate. But I think after realizing this, yeah, of course, a restart
There it
there.
is.
But the fact that Randy is a bit slower there. I don't really see him get this isolation on Stuyvesant. Gets the kill, that's good, but at what cost?
Oh yeah, he has butchered the Marcus timing here, you could say, but maybe we don't see Marcus dealt with after this point. There's nothing much you really can do, is there? I don't know what you will do. So he's in a bit of a weird situation. He's just waiting for the other sick guard to go far enough distance away that he won't come back downstairs here in 6. So that's really nice. And we'll see a coiner, it seems, from SRP here. Again, not something we see often, but does make a bit of a nice change going on here. And Chrome, if he has the kitchen knife, will have this first kill done very, very soon. Picked up the SMG this time for an easy camera, and won't. Oh, he doesn't have the kill off. He doesn't have the kitchen knife. Okay, so we'll add a bit more time onto here, and I think what we're seeing is we're trying to. I don't know how to phrase this, but we're trying to put too much, not pressure, but like I don't know. We're putting a lot of effort onto trying to do this as quick as possible. I think is what we're seeing here. This is very because of course there's an event staff right by where we isolate Marcus. Going down to the kitchen knife, you have to probably get a. Oh,
Yeah.
Impact. That's not good.
It's going to be really hard to salvage this one for Chrome, and he already didn't get the kill, so it's a lot of effort for not a lot of advancement. But if he can get these 2 quick KOs, then I think he's now sort of in the clear here. Gets the first
Yeah.
disguise. Well, no, he's going for the kitchen knife. He already has a disguise there.
Yeah, he's just gonna go a bit up and down, of course. Get the kitchen knife. His event staff's buy a card anyways at this point, so it's all good really. I think what we see is a psycho there on random, and yeah, we're gonna have a
Also
restart.
restart for Soviet there.
He's just trying. Random's just trying to push this kill onto Carl straight away, and I think that's where we're seeing this rip come through, just trying to pay the spin too quickly. And on the buy, you still have to be sensible. Lewis does finish now, so it will be the first to finish. He's just snuck through there. We just haven't any concentration on Lewis, and he has managed to finish here. But of course, you have to wait for Soviet, who has just restarted. Oh, not restarted. He's still in his planning phase now, but SRP still needs to work on the isolations here, so we'll have a bit of time onto here. Likewise, Chrome really, but he's had the isolation down, just has to get the kills off, and 2 really simple kills. He will opt to go the sniper first, which he does need for Marcus, who he already has isolated. So it's just
Yeah, we did. Sorry about that. We didn't talk about Luis a lot, but it was exactly the reasonable first try approach there, but not rushing any of the kills,
a
but
body
instead going for 2
found.
quick
That's
kills.
random.
Ooh, it's difficult for Randy to get this tough first kill in time.
Yeah, he's just
There
trying to
are
squeeze his kitchen knife grab, and I think Chrome is now saying to him, let's not do that. But Chrome will opt to go for the Marcus kill first. Bit of a weird decision, you could say, having to go back up now, but it doesn't really matter, of course, with Randy keep the continuous rips. It's not the end of the world at all, really, for him to add this bit more time. We'll get the kill onto Carl now, and yeah, we'll just run towards the exit. Dodges enforced nicely, and Chrome will be our second finish. Now it's just a 1v1 between SRP and Soviet, even. It's a rematch on Paris, but on Dubai with
the
a straightforward spin. But yeah, SRP. He didn't opt to go for the kitchen knife this time and had a much better time in Isolate. And he managed to do it straight away. And now it's going to be interesting how he deals with Marcus. He should get to him this time. We haven't seen him. That's where we've seen him rip it, I think. We'll just take the cameras on the chin. I mean, he will get a silenced pistol from these guards for later on. And does miss the timing a little bit here. So we'll have to do a distraction, but again, not the end of the world at all for random here. So we'll have to box this guard. He will have to box
it would
him.
be fine if Marcus went for that last distraction, but now we have the same corridor situation and the body found from the roaming event security. So it's back with another restart. But Soviet also had a strange rip there. He's also trying to be a bit fancy with the Seeker's chance instead of some double isolation. And was found trespassing up there.
So random person's just trying to get that trying to get a 2-second exit now, isn't he? That's what that's what he's aiming for now. I'll tell you understand though. With these short maps, you're one rip and you're in your own head. That's what it is on this map, and we're seeing the full effect of it now. Really, just you expect yourself to finish these maps first try, especially with a straightforward spin like this, and you rip once and you think, I've lost, and that just gets in your own head.
Right.
It just keeps ripping, you keep ripping because you expect to do this really quickly, and unfortunately you can't. And that's what has happened here, I would say, for both players, Soviet and SRP. And now because they've ripped and they know their opponent could be any distance away from finishing, they're just trying to do the spin as quick as they can, and that's what is leading to these continued zip lines. I feel like.
It's a very difficult mental thing for this. I think especially Dubai, but of course the one target maps are very famous for this one. Oh, and it doesn't have an item to knock out these two people with. That will be a subdue and the target lockdown.
He will have to subdue him, yeah. And, I mean, it could be savable. He'd have to be quick. The other guard isolation. I mean, he doesn't knock him out. No one has to hear it, but he has to be quick. This guy will turn around shortly, and does manage to. And I think we'll have to see another subdue here. I think, and yeah, sure, gonna be interesting what run he does. He might have just done that just to add a bit more time with Dragon Mark. Hey, so he's not gonna opt to knock that guard out, but likewise, he just drag Marcus round here. Sovius, you madman. Does get the Carl kill down, but with no exit here out.
And the peekaboo is coming. The guard is coming with the peekaboo. Has to hide. Doesn't hide and loses the run because of it. Yeah. He couldn't hide there. I think there was no prompt.
Because of the
frustrating restart.
It was still open from hiding Carl, which he had to do. I think if could he have hid around it? Would that have been an option to try and do there? Would that have been a thing that he could have just got out sensibly? But very hard decision. I mean, he might have been able to get a course of duel some form if he was able to, but unfortunately for Soviet, it will be another ripper. I do like the strategy, but it's just trying to refine it in a nice way here. The SRP now with the kitchen knife, going for the one kitchen knife we haven't seen gone, which is always a nice change here, but coming down now. I was say it, but with both ties down, not much to go wrong. I hate saying it, but
there are situations where you can say it though, since it is the two isolated targets and no roaming particles in this situation. Agency pick up on this floor, non-trespass in disguise, and the silence clear to go for Randy.
Just hope for the best. I don't want to say anything bad. In the snipers and illegal action, that can always be a bit of a no, but it should really be all done for random now. There's nothing really. The camera down here is taken out. It's just all done really. He might have to be careful of this guard that roams around this area. Hasn't taken him out, but he's got nicely for random. He's gone on a nice cycle now where he's out, but then Marcus is in a nice position in himself.
This is a shot for last thing to go wrong there, but no distraction
guns,
there.
Yeah, get green guns, nice salvageable, and yeah, random will be taken to by then. And yeah, it's that's the most anticlimactic finish to a game I've ever had. I think that's.
Compared to Ambrose, that is for sure. Well,
yes.
An 11-minute Dubai though, so we've had plenty of excitement here, and unfortunately a lot of restarts, but in the end, Boreal taking the last map and the match win and 6 points with that. So it should be exciting for the decider match of this group.
Yeah, and I'll give Chris a little bit more time to update the tables, but while we wait, we'll look at the upcoming matches first. We'll swap it around. And yeah, all the group stage games have been drawn out. A couple games tomorrow morning, 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Oh, okay, I'll put in CST, 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. CST. So stick around. I'm sure Gunther, Chris, and Punk will cover all these games. One of them, of course, being Six Punk Mark 3 versus Boreal Forest, which will be really good because that is whoever wins that will get first place. I'm pretty sure. I think both teams have leveled each other on points with that final game left. Of course, the other game will be Jumpers Jash Refugees versus the Bad Laptop and Bad Wi-Fi at 2:30 CST tomorrow. Improvisati will play so Megalo in a game that will be definitely interesting in deciding who will top Group A. And there will be another game at 7 p.m. that same day. Bad Laptop and Bad Wi-Fi playing Communify 2.0. Then at the 1 a.m. CST on October the 2nd, Sunday, there will be Rusty Ebram versus the Improvisati, followed by 1 p.m. Stuffers Turn Builders versus Init Bruv. And that would conclude all our group stage games and move on to the carrier stage, which would be nice. Of course, the format of the games will change, and we will hope that Chris has updated the tournament now, and we will give it a nice refresh. Yeah, then there we see it. Both teams level on points going to the decider tomorrow morning in 6 odd hours, I think. So that's going to be a high game with lots of stakes there. You have any other thoughts on today's game in fun?
So many thoughts, and from the history making 3-second finish to Ambrose to actually a lot of back and forth in all 4 maps. Yeah, very well played by both teams. Of course, this is the last match for Xbox Master Race. Unfortunate third place there in the group, which will be elimination for them. But I mean, they themselves are veteran teammates, but against 4 very formidable players of 2 teams, it was just an unfortunate draw for them. And I'm not sure who will be awake for the match in a couple hours between Boreal and CK Punk, but CX Punk, sorry, but it's going to be a banger there, and curious to see who will come out on top there.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be really good to see who comes out on top. And I think that's all from me as well. And yeah, I mean, we had quite possibly the ending of the tournament already in form of the Ambrose. I think that does beat the Colorado. I think. In terms of leaving it late, but the Colorado did have lots of action at that end point, I can't lie. So I'm just tossing the entire jarring with what really was better, and I'm sure I'll think about that in the time and I'll come back with answers tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for coming on the co-cast with me today. Always appreciated, and thank you, Chris S3, for admin it. I think
Thanks for having
Munga's
me.
live, so we'll just go raid Munga. Such a staple to the Hitman community.
A shield
And,
is not enough to protect the most.
yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I'll quickly pop back to the idle while we wait for the raid to occur. And, yeah, see everyone for all the other games this weekend. I'll see everyone very soon. Bye bye.